Welcome back, little bro. You're in no contact and you want to know how long am I supposed to stay in this god-awful hell known as no contact. The first thing you have to understand, there are a lot of people who are going to say things like, look, you go no contact for 30 days. And then after 30 days, you're going to reach out to them. And if you ask them why, they're going to say, well, because 30 days is, and they have no idea because they don't know what they're really talking about. The purpose of no contact is to either get over an ex or to give them enough space to miss you. And if you're gonna put a timeline on that, an X amount of days, it's gonna happen in 30 days, it's gonna happen in 60 days, it's gonna happen in 90 days. I'm gonna pop that bubble right now. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you can't make somebody feel something, miss you, want you back on your time frame. That's not how this happens. So saying that I'm gonna go no contact for 30 days and then she'll realize what she missed and she'll come crawling back. It's like, you're gonna be really disappointed when that doesn't work out, okay? And then here's the worst part is that you start to think the worst possible outcome, which is simply this. Okay, I'll go no contact for 30 days, for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months. And if she doesn't get back in touch with me, that means she's over me. That means I'll never hear from her again. That means she's already got a new man. That means she's moved on. She doesn't have any feelings for me. What we had wasn't real. All of that is your fear talking to you. It's your fear controlling your mind because that is the worst case scenario for you to imagine. And your mind says, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna imagine that first off so that the worst case scenario we can get over. No matter what it is, we can get over it right now so we don't have to feel the pain of it when it eventually comes. All that is fear talking to you, fear controlling you. What you've got to understand is that odds are it's not going to be the best or the worst case scenario, okay? You're going to probably be right in the middle on the average. That kind of thinking shows up like, well, if she doesn't get back in touch with me in 30 days, that means she's over it and she doesn't want me back. It's like, that's not how this works. You cannot make her miss you in 30 days. You can't make her miss you in 60. And here's the deal. Even if she does miss you, you can't make her reach out. What's the line? It says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's exactly right. You cannot control a person's actions. You cannot make her reach out. You can't make her miss you. You can't make her feel anything. And look, she already feels for you. You were already in a relationship, in a situationship with her. That is your proof that there was something there. There was something real. Those things have to be dealt with by both parties, or both parties won't be able to move on. What typically happens after a breakup is that both parties, men and women, will try to distract themselves as much as humanly possible. For a guy, that usually means getting into the gym, getting back into shape, going out with their friends. For a girl, that typically means being more social, especially with their friends. And yes, it is much easier for them to get a new guy. That's why you usually see a girl with a new guy within like a month or two. But here's the deal. All those things are just rebounds. They're flakes. They're nothing, especially compared to what she had with you. And you've got to rest in that. That's part of your masculinity where you say, okay, I know what we had was real. If you want to go off and test somebody else, knock yourself out. You don't have to take her back, but you have to be willing to let her go and just say, if you think the grass is greener on the other side, good luck. Go ahead, try that out. Let me know how it feels. And then when she does come back and she says, hi, hey, you know, as proof, yeah, it wasn't so green, was it? So get it out of your head that I'll just go no contact a certain amount of days and then that'll be it. You can't do that. You can't control somebody's feelings, and I've got news for you, man. Exes reach out within a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, and even a couple years. You cannot control when they do that. Usually they reach out within a couple weeks to a couple months, all right? But look, if your ex-girlfriend falls outside of those parameters, that's fine. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean she's over you. It doesn't mean any of the things your brain is telling you. So relax, give her her space, and don't set some arbitrary date on it based on what you think and what you feel. So how long do you stay in no contact? Here's the other extreme of no contact. Some guys will say never. You will always stay in no contact, right? You'll never reach back out. Even if their ex texts them, calls them, begs them, doesn't even matter. They will never reply, they'll never answer, they just ignore them. Here's the honest and simple truth. If you are dealing with an extremely toxic person, odds are you're not, by the way. If you're dealing with that type of a girl, I understand completely ignoring them because you can't give them an inch. I totally understand that. Know that if that is honestly your girl, that you are in the smallest percent club of exes, all right? Most girls are average girls. They're not that toxic, okay? Same with guys. When they reach out, you do not ignore them. And you have these guys that are coming on the scene now, especially with my generation, with Gen Z, with Gen Alpha, and what I'm seeing is the rise of the never reach out, the never replies. Here's how I know you're completely full of shit and you need to grow up. Imagine this. You're walking along the road. Some guy comes up to you and says, hey, my car broke down a block away. I need to know where the nearest gas station is. Do you ignore that guy? No. Why? You have no reason to. You would tell him, hey, the gas station is over here. The guy says, thank you. You both go your separate ways. Now, what's the difference there? The difference is you actually don't care about that guy and his car. You do care about your ex, which is why you ignored her and you replied to that guy. If you did not care, truly did not care about your ex, you wouldn't mind replying. You would text her something like, hey, what we had was great, but I don't feel like pursuing this anymore. Happy trails. That is how a man who actually does not care about his ex replies to his ex. You not replying, giving her the silent treatment, is all proof that you still care, that you're still attached, that you just want to hurt her because you're a wounded little boy who can't quite come to grasp with his own feelings. You need to grow the up. Reply and then ignore. Only children give you the silent treatment. Even if she gives you the silent treatment, it does not give you the right to do the same thing back to her. There are enough toxic people in this world. You do not need to be one of them. Grow the up. So how long do I stay in no contact? Here's the total answer. You stay in no contact until she reaches back out to you. That could be in a couple days. That could be in a couple weeks. That could be in a couple months. But it doesn't matter. Until she reaches back out to you, you do not reach out to her. You do not ignore her when she does. If you are truly done with that relationship, then you simply tell her, hey, what we had was great. Happy trails, okay? But what I see are a lot of guys who will watch videos like this and they're looking for the slightest excuse. Anybody that will tell them that it's okay to reach out to their ex after a certain amount of time. Anybody that'll tell them, hey, it's actually okay if you watch all their snaps. It's okay if you view all their stories. It's okay if you like all their posts. Because here's why you're doing that. You don't want them to forget about you. And I understand that feeling. And it's counterintuitive because you think, if I'm not in their life in some small way, if I don't like their posts occasionally, if I don't reach out and wish them a happy birthday when it's their birthday, if I don't do these little bitty things, throw them little breadcrumbs to let them know I'm still interested and I'm still here and still in their life, they'll forget about me. That's all false. You do not have to do anything. They remember you. As a matter of fact, the longer you stay silent, the more you're in their mind. When you're not silent, when you're liking posts, when you're viewing stories, when you're giving them these surface level validation, you aren't in their brain. You're just giving them the surface level validation just enough so where they don't have to reach out. If they want your validation, they want your attention, they want your affection, they've got to reach out to you, and you train them that way by removing yourself, by removing your attention, by removing your affection, by saying the only way you're going to get this is if you reach out to me. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if she never does, and most exes do, even if she never does, she'll know that you were a man that walked away because guess what? You weren't getting the bare minimum, and she couldn't give that to you. The vast majority of exes reach back out. You don't have anything to worry about there. Even if you were toxic, even if you were one that screwed up that entire relationship and you say, no man, like older bro, I really messed this up. All that does is increase the amount of time that you have to go no contact. That's it. Because once those feelings, those negative feelings from that past relationship dissipate, and once her distractions, maybe even a new man, once that honeymoon phase of all of that dissipates as well, she starts to regulate her feelings, and all of a sudden, guess who's waiting for her at the bottom? You. That's when your memory starts to spring back up. That's when she starts to miss you. But only when those things dissipate, and depending on how that relationship ended, depends on how long you have to go no contact. So the final answer, how long do I have to go no contact? You go no contact until she reaches back out to you. When she does, you can either tell her to pound sand, or you can tell her, hey, nice to hear from you. What's up? Something like that. Something calm, detached. If she wants to pursue something else, she's going to have to be the one to pursue that because you have detached from her. You can still love her from a distance. You don't tell her that when she reaches out. But you make her earn her way back into your life because that's the only way she'll respect it, and that's the only way she'll stay long term. If you give in to her when she reaches back out and you're easy, she can do the exact same thing to you again and dust your ass in another month and dust you in a couple months, whatever it is. She's got to earn it, because if she earns it, it makes her respect you and it makes her value the relationship and the connection you guys have so much more, because she knows if she does something, if she walks away again, there's no guarantee that you'll even take her back. So you stay in no contact until she reaches out, little bro. I know it's difficult. Most exes do reach back out. You don't really have anything to worry about. I'm here if you need me. Keep watching videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.